Hi, today we're going to be de-seeding a pomegranate. The tools we'll need is a large bowl, which is where we're going to place our seeds as we clean our pomegranate, a knife to cut our pomegranate, and of course our pomegranate. And I like to use an extra bowl to store some of the seeds when I transfer them. Alright, first thing we're going to do is rinse off our pomegranate. We're going to go to the top portion here, it's like a little stem. We're going to cut a circle right around it. Alright, pretend you're a surgeon. You're right around, best circle you can do. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be too deep. You're just going to go right around, end up right where we started, and then what we're going to do is pop the core right out. Boom, there you go. Pop it right out, and there's our arrows inside. Those are the seeds we want. We're now going to cut our pomegranate into fours. We're going to start right at the top. We're going to cut down. We're not going to cut all the way through. We just want to break the skin a little. Alright, there's one. I'm going to come right across the other side. I'm going to cut down. Alright, that's halves. Now we're going to quarter it. So one more. All the way around. Now our pomegranate has been quartered. What we're going to do now is take our bowl, place it in the sink, let the water start running, and I'm going to pull my pomegranate apart into the quarters. Alright, it comes apart really easily. With one quarter, some of the seeds fall out right away. I'll put this up here, pull the other quarter. So again, seeds are falling out. That's how easy they come out. Now we're going to start taking them out of this one. This is the membrane. This is what we don't want. This is bitter. You don't want to eat that. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel that away as we go. If we get chunks of it, just throw it in our sink. We'll clean that out later. What we're going to do is just start peeling and just pushing our arrows, just brushing them. Just brushing against our pomegranate, and the arrows will just start falling out. Now if you notice, what happens is they come out very fast. I'm almost halfway through this already. The arrows come out very fast, very easy sometimes with membrane. But what you notice is as they come out, they drop to the bottom of the bowl. The arrows do not float, but you notice what floats? The membrane floats. Which is going to make it very easy for us to separate our arrows, which taste delicious, from the membrane, which is what we're trying to do. I'm usually just very thorough. I can see looking at this pomegranate, some of them are a little brown, meaning not fully developed. They still taste okay, they're not bitter, but I usually, my personal preference is usually don't go crazy trying to get those out. Every once in a while you get a pomegranate that has some brown ones in it. Alright, but they don't affect it. I mean, they're just a few. The majority of them are good. So there's one quarter. There goes another quarter. Again, you brush and just start popping them out. And they're brushing them, and they just start falling right into my bowl. And again, they fall right down to the bottom. As I do this, parts of the membrane falls. Every once in a while I lose one into the sink, which I'm not going to clean or anything. I'm only taking the ones that don't come into my bowl. Okay. That's just me. I don't like anything that falls into my sink going into my mouth. Alright, here we go again. Now, I've been doing it this way just so you can see exactly what I'm doing. But the easier way to do it is just stick it in the running water, and then they come out even easier. If you use the force of the water, they just start popping right out. And I'll show you as I do the next quarter how fast it is when you're putting it under the running water. Alright, running water, watch how fast these come out of here. They just start popping right out. And all intact, the juice is there, and they're going to be delicious. Alright, almost done. Again, you just start bending it and popping. That's it. You're just brushing it. You're brushing them out, and they're all falling out. And as you can see in my bowl, what's floating is the membrane. One last quarter. I'll pop it in under the water. It'll come out fast. Again, you break your pomegranate skin up to get to the arrows that you see wherever they're hidden in there, and just brush them out. And they're just going to fall out. A lot of people say, oh, tap them out. There's no need to tap them out. Tapping them out is time consuming, and they don't just fall out all the time. But if you bend and brush and in the water, they just fly right out of there. It's a lot easier than tapping. you have plenty of time, tap. But if you don't have plenty of time, I do it this way. Right, there you go, we're almost done with our quarters. Perfect. All right. As I pointed out, look what's floating up, our membrane that we don't want. Every once in a while, the membrane will float up with an arrow on it. I'll take that arrow out, and I'll get rid of the membrane. Now look what's floating, the membrane. So what I'll do, I can just brush it out, brush it right out of the bowl. All right. Now when I go down to the bottom, I'm going to start cleaning my pomegranate. Every once in a while, there's a piece of membrane. I can just start cleaning my pomegranate in my hand. All right. Pretty much, if you look at my bowl, all down on the bottom, and they're pretty much cleaned already. Look at that. Perfect. All right, so now this is where I come in with my other bowl. I have my bowl here. I'm going to reach in. I'm going to run water over them. I'm pulling out some of the little pieces of membrane that are left. Sometimes you get a little nib that stops on the top. You'll never taste that if you keep it on there. You'll never know it's even there. All right, but I just took it off anyway. That's how easy it comes off. So once I do that, I can finger them through here, making sure they're all nice and clean. All right. Once they're clean to my satisfaction, and I'm real picky about how I clean, I throw them in my bowl. I grab another handful, same thing, little membrane, just pull out pieces of it, looking good, I throw them in my bowl. There we go again. And I can stop wasting my running water if I want. I sometimes keep it running only because any membranes that's floating is going to float right up to the top and float right out. Okay? There I go again, rinsing it. Once you like I said, you get membrane. That comes right out. And you end up with nice, clean pomegranate arrows. And as you go, you'll find they're almost cleaning themselves. The only thing is, the water's kind of cold and my hands are getting cold in here. Done that. Done. A handful. Almost done. Now I'm going to start dumping my water just so I can get the rest out easily. You can see they float in there. As I do this, membrane will float out. I'm going to go back in. Start grabbing my arrows. Now usually I should do this over the bowl just in case some of my arrows fall. They'll fall right back into the bowl so I don't lose them. And we're almost done. These are so precious, I hate to leave one. Alright, almost done. One more handful, dump in the water again, and I'm going to get the rest of my arrows in this next handful. Any membrane is going to float out every once in a while. I pour and I might lose an arrow in my sink. There we go. And there you have it. I now have a bowl full of pomegranate. I'm going to try to drain the water out of it. Alright. You actually get a lot. That's from one pomegranate. I'll grab my hands off. That's from one pomegranate. I'm going to grab a big spoon. This is how I like to do it when I bag it. I take them with me in the car. I take them to work. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. I take a spoon because I don't want the water. I'll pick them up, pour them in my bag. Essentially, you've seen how I've done it, but I'm just going to continue all the way through, just so you get an idea. Now again, I tell you, I'm a little picky. I could probably see some little pieces of membrane, but like I said, the little pieces that stick, you'll never taste, you'll never know they're there. You'll never taste the bitterness of the membrane. Just down to the end, I'm going to pour them in with my spoon. Tomorrow, great treat. I have a bag full of arrows the same size in Sam's Club costs you about $8. Okay, maybe this is a little bigger than the cup size. You get 2 cups for $8, roughly. But I have at least half of that order right here in this one bag. Okay, and I got 10 pomegranates for $10 at Costco. Perfect. Thank you.